Well, hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV and your fortnightly edition of Collective Consciousness, streaming live to you via Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much to all of you regulars that are joining. I can see comments are coming up already. And to all of our new viewers that are maybe watching for the first time this evening, you are so welcome to our channel and to tonight's show. Guys, as I mentioned, we are streaming live via Facebook and YouTube, so please do be conscious that there is approximately a 10 to 15-second time delay for you placing your comments and us guys receiving them and vice versa. And as we are live and this is a public forum, we would ask you to use discretion when placing your comments at all times. It's wonderful that we've got so many of you joining us. Please do let us know where you are watching from, whether that be the UK or indeed anywhere overseas. We'd love to know. And this is a community channel, so we do encourage you all to interact with one another during the demonstrations. And we really, really do love to see that community feel and spirit that we have here on SPTV. Producer Richard, who is it that we've got joining us here this evening on the show, please? I don't think he's here. I'm not even going to say what he's whispering in my ear, everybody. He's misbehaving as always. I can see we've got our lovely Terry Wall, who joins us from YouTube tonight, saying good evening, Bill, Sharon and Richard. Good evening to you, Terry. Thank you for joining, my lovely. We've also got Steph Ayres, who's saying, hi, everyone. It's been a long time. How are you all? Well, you're welcome, Steph. It's lovely to have you back here on the channel with us. Thank you for joining, my darling. Claire Goldbeck saying, good evening, Bill, Richard, and everyone. Good evening, Claire. Lovely profile picture you've got there. Lots of colour in that. We've also... Okay, for some reason, we're not receiving Facebook comments at the moment, guys, so just do bear with us whilst we deal with that little technical glitch. In the meantime, I'll just continue to make some acknowledgements to all of you lovelies that are joining us via YouTube. So we've got the lovely Sarah Simmons who joins us via YouTube this evening. Good evening to you. Christiane Berto also joining us, saying good evening, everyone. Good evening to you too, Christine. Thank you for joining, darling. Izzy Ryan saying hi, Bill, Sharon, and oh, I missed the whatever it was there. That just went too quick on me, producer Richard. Alison Barton's with us. Hi there, Alison. Good evening to you, my darling. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining. Now we've got the Facebook comments all coming up. I can see them loud and clear on my screen. We've got Krish Pillay from South Africa. Dear Bill, God bless you, Krish. Thank you for joining, my lovely. We've also got Hannah Brown watching from Facebook saying good evening. Good evening to you too, Hannah. It's lovely to have you with us. And we've also got Millie B who's joining us from YouTube. Thank you for joining, lovely Millie. It's lovely to have you here with us. Do share us out there as well, guys. Please do share us out to all of your social media platforms, whether that be via Facebook, Instagram or TikTok. You know what to do. You can copy and share the post and paste that onto all of your social media platforms. We've got the lovely Jade Ajayi from London, who's joining via Facebook this evening as well. Very welcome to you. And also the lovely Sarah Dorr, who's all the way in Florida. Good evening to you. Thank you, Sarah. I'm going to bring in our lovely guest medium who joins me here on the show tonight. So, producer Richard, if you could do your magic, please. And we've got the lovely Sharon Smith. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for joining.
Hi, Bill. Thank you. And Richard also, and everyone that's been joining. Thank you.
It's lovely for you to join me here on the show. I've been really excited to work with you. It's our first time working together as well, isn't it?
It is. And do you know what? This has been months, hasn't it? Months ago we chose this date, and it's like dragging.
But you are such a busy lady. I mean, for all of the viewers that are maybe seeing you and watching you for the first time here, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do, Sharon.
So I'm a mum. I work full time. I started off mediumship about 6 years ago and quite rapidly went into platform mediumship, one-to-one readings. I now own my own spiritual centre. I've got an international academy. Yeah, just loving it. And as we all know, Christmas is such an important time to get messages and connect with loved ones, that this is the time for me that I just love being a medium.
Oh, that's really, really lovely. Now, little Dicky Bird also tells me that you've been making a few appearances just lately on the national television.
Well, I don't know what your Dicky Bird's been telling you. So, yeah, just by chance got a call up to go on TV, and not only once, but then a month later got a call up to go again. So I've been very, very privileged, and already, like yourselves, I've been so lucky because everyone's been so helpful, so supportive, you know, and it just makes it really, really enjoyable.
How amazing is that? So I know that if people were to visit your Facebook page, they'd be able to see what shows you've been on national television with. So just remind everybody at home where it is that they, oh, all right, I'm going to say it's the only way is Essex, isn't it?
Well, with an accent like mine, Bill, it can only be. Yes, it was.
It was. Shut up.
Hey, I've got a little bit of towie. Go on.
Well, massive congratulations.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I saw on your social media pages some of the amazing images. I mean, the makeup that they put on you, because it was for Halloween, wasn't it?
Yeah, the second attendance was Halloween, and the girls, you know, people think that everyone that goes on these reality programs are getting paid, but myself, my staff that I took along for the Halloween, the makeup artists, everyone involved, like yourselves, voluntary, doing it to support and help, you know, and so talented, everyone. Amazing experience. Yeah.
Amazing. How lovely is that? So just remind everybody where they can find you on Facebook.
So on Facebook, Essex Psychic and TV Medium, and also I've got my own website, Essex Psychic and TV Medium, the Essex Spiritual Centre. So yeah, do a lot of training.
Wonderful.
Thank
So
you.
for all those budding mediums, they've got another port where they can maybe reach out to with regards to their development. So that's absolutely fantastic. Now, Sharon, shall we say a few hellos to some of those people that are joining us here this evening?
Absolutely. And I see on Facebook, Sarah Dorr, a new viewer from Florida, which is lovely to reach out all around the world. And
absolutely.
And YouTube, we've got Kimbo from Essex in the house. Yes.
Welcome to you there, Kimbo. I can see we've got Heather McKenzie, who's also joining us from YouTube, and she's saying Sharon is fab. How lovely is that? So Heather, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us on the show.
And we've got another Facebook joiner, Natasha. Hopefully I pronounce this name correctly, Natasha Dajuano from the USA. So again, lovely, Natasha. Thank you for joining.
We've also got Eli Nichols who's saying, hi, Sharon, watching from Facebook.
Hi. And another Facebook, we've got Olivia Louise says, hello, Sharon, kind blessings to you. And back at you, Olivia. Thank you.
We've also got Susan and Weatherall saying, good evening, Sharon. Hope you're keeping well. She's also watching from Facebook.
How lovely. Your guests are lovely. And another Facebook watcher, Natalie Bentley, and she sends us a lovely heart. So thank you, Natalie.
Oh, bless you, Natalie. Joanne Lewis is joining us all the way on YouTube saying, hi, Bill, Richard, and all on the live chat. You're welcome, Joanne. Thank you for joining, my lovely.
Oh, I've got a YouTube visitor, Christine Davis. Lovely profile in the woodlands there. And Christine says, good evening all.
Oh, bless her. We've also got Millie B just saying, hi, Richard, and all on the chat. And Millie's joining us from YouTube as well there. So thank you, Millie, for joining this evening.
And Margaret Hughes also from YouTube. And Margaret says, good evening. Good evening, Margaret.
Caroline May Sandbrooks is saying hi. Bill, Sharon, Richard, and she's from Dagenham in Essex. Welcome, Caroline. Bless you.
And Facebook again, we've got Ros Cherie, who says, good evening, Bill and Sharon. Good evening, Ros.
Good evening, Ros. A lovely Ros. She's not very well at the moment, so we're sending out lots of healing to you, our Ros, and I hope that is very well received there for you, my darling. We've got lovely Sarah Bailey joining us from Facebook saying, Sharon's a fabulous tutor. So this is one of your students, Sharon, that joins us this evening.
Yeah, amazing. You know, the support is amazing. From YouTube, we've got Sue Lawrence. Hi, Sharon, you look lovely and Christmassy in that sparkly top. Well, we had to, didn't we? A little bit of Strictly Come Dance in there.
And we've got Anya Bell, who's saying, evening, Bill and Sharon. She's joining us from Facebook. It's lovely to have you with us, my darling.
And Facebook, we've got Kelly Jones. Lots and lots of hearts from Kelly Jones. So thank you.
And Violetta Shramka is saying, good evening, Sharon and Bill, again, with lots of love hearts there. So thank you so much, Violetta.
And we've got from YouTube, Kelly McKeaton, who says, hi, Richard, Bill, and big love to all. And we've got lovely hearts and lovely doves. So, Kelly, thank you very much for that. Peace your way as well.
Bless you. Right, Sharon, I'm going to get things started off in just a short moment. We've got lovely Pamela Watson, who also joins us from Australia and New South Wales, watching from Facebook. So good morning to you, my darling. And Heather Lewis is a new viewer who says, found you at last, also joining from Facebook. So Heather, God bless you. Thank you so much for joining as well. You are very, very welcome, as are all of you that join us on the show here this evening. It's lovely to have so many of you with us. Sharon, I'm going to get things started, if I may. So what producer Richard will do is just pop you backstage and we'll bring you onto screen in a few moments. How's that?
Oh, I'm excited. Good luck, Bill.
Bless you. Thank you very much indeed. I'll see you in a short moment. Okie dokie, guys. Right. Producer Richard, if you could just randomise comments or names, just so I can see if there's anybody that I'm particularly drawn to working with this evening. I know that I have a gentleman that joins me straight away here this evening who is making me very conscious that I'm linking a dad and a daughter connection here this evening. Now, as this gentleman starts to present himself to me and he starts standing here showing himself to me, he's very smartly dressed. He's in his best grey suit. He's got a very pale grey suit that he wants to show himself to me. He's reducing me and my frame, though, God love him, as he's starting to give me a little bit more of an impression and a feeling on his physicality. So I know I want to be reduced in height. I want to be around about 5'10" with this chap, you would understand. And I want to be very small framed with him as well. Okay, there was enough meat on his bones, but he sat his frame particularly well. Okay, I know with him as well that he just starts to play around with my glasses here, so I know I need to be acknowledging that there were sight issues with this gentleman, but I also need to be acknowledging that he would have worn glasses, because he shows me, as he's giving me this information, a slightly shaded lens to his glasses as he feeds this information to me. I also know with him as well that I don't feel, or I don't understand with the way that he's communicating, that he was quite ready to make his transition over into the spirit world. Okay, I don't feel that this would have been through natural causes. I feel that I need to share here this evening with everybody. So I hope that this is connecting and somebody's understanding the information that he's feeding me so far. I'm just having a look on these comments now as they're going through, just to see if there's anybody particular that I'm drawn to. But if not, if this information relates to you, just do place it up in the comments box there, and we'll see if we can make this connection with him. I don't want to have made old bones with him as well. Okay, I don't feel with this gentleman that I would have reached my 70s. I do feel as though I'm sat within my 60s with him. I don't feel that I want to go outside of that age bracket. Jeannie is saying maybe your son. I don't think this is a son connection there, my darling. I do feel as though I need to be acknowledging this gentleman as a father who wants to make a connection to his daughter here this evening. I feel with him as well, I'm just saying to him, give me a little bit more information about yourself, my friend. Okay, tell me a little bit more about your personality. Give me your story. Let me understand more about you, because I want to bring the essence of him not only into my room, but also into yours there. I feel with him that You're welcome, Jeannie. God bless you. I feel with him as well that he wouldn't have taken life too seriously, but I do feel and I do understand now the way that he chats away to me that things did get on top of him. Okay. And it was this build up of things getting on top of him that would have taken him over into the world of spirit. Sarah, again, you're saying your son Ryan was killed at 22. God bless you, my darling. Again, I do feel and understand with the way that I'm getting this information shared with me by this gentleman that I want to connect dad to daughter. Okay, my darling. So we'll send lots of healing out your way, and I send you my sincere, heartfelt emotions with regards to your loss there. Bless you. Okay. I'm also, yeah, absolutely. Lynn Taylor's just joining in there saying sorry for your news, Kim, as well. This is what I love about this community channel, that everybody is so supportive to everybody that's on here, especially for those that actually do receive the readings as well. It's lovely that you show your support to them. I also feel with this gentleman that I want to be acknowledging the grandchildren, and I also feel as though I just specifically want to be talking about a granddaughter as well, you would understand. Now, as I talk about this granddaughter and he gives me information about this granddaughter here on the earth plane, I don't want to be outside of 9 or 10 with this young lady that he just wants me to acknowledge at this moment in time. So please do let me know if you can take this information, everybody. I'm not seeing anybody's taking it so far, Richard. So please do let me know if anybody just pops up an acknowledgement there. Let me get a little bit more, because I need to work a little bit harder with him, and I need to acknowledge and understand why it is that he's making this communication and who it is that I'm going to be going to indeed. This suit that he shows me, this suit that he's presenting himself in, I know that this is his best, okay, and I can actually see as he stands in front of me that there's a flower on the pocket of this jacket, okay. I can see this as a yellow flower. I feel as though I'm acknowledging that this would have been the way that he was dressed at the wedding, because he talks to me about the wedding as well, okay? And he's showing me within my mind him stood beside his daughter at the wedding, okay? I'm dark-haired. I'm dark-haired with this gentleman, Nicole Appleton, wore glasses to read. Nicole, tell me if you can understand the rest of the information, because it's important that you connect to all of the information that he's working hard with me to share here. You would understand as well that there's this photo. Your niece is 9, your dad passed 6-ish. Okay, my darling, wonderful. Please do give me more feedback. Yeah, you're from Kentucky, USA, and it's 3 in the afternoon. Okay. Good afternoon to you, my darling. Thank you so much for stepping forward and taking the information of this gentleman so far. It is important, as I say, that you can connect to the other information. He did walk you down the aisle. Can you understand why he shows me that? This photo, the two of you stood together there, okay? And can you understand why he wants to bring my focus and attention to the yellow-coloured flower that sits upon the pocket or the chest pocket of the outside of his jacket? Now, when I work with colours, spiritually, yellow actually gives me a great sense of wanting to bring somewhat upliftment around you and in your life at this present moment in time. So you must understand the way that he connects with me, that there are issues around you where we just need a little bit more extra support, and we just need that little bit more boost, I want to say, that's just going to give us that edge and that push and forge to move forward and to carry on. And again, converse with me, darling, so I know I'm on the correct vein of this message, and I can move forward with it there for you as well. I'm very proud of this day with Dad, you would understand, okay? I feel that the wedding day was a very special memory between the two of you, and this is something that you still hold very dear to your heart to this day. I'm very conscious. I'm not confident in my new mediumship abilities. Okay, my darling. Mediumship abilities, they grow with us. They go with us all throughout our service to spirit, okay? It's not something that is all going to come all at once. I'm a serving medium. I'm still learning every single day. It's all about sitting within that essence of your power, that communication and that connection with your guide teams, your loved ones, your inspirers, your spiritual helpers. And as you evolve through your journey with spirit, so will your confidence with spirit also. I just feel that that was important to add that in there as you just pop that comment up there, my darling. Okay, I want to take you back to the photo. I'm very proud of this photo. I know that you keep the essence of this gentleman alive within your home, although physically he's not here. That photo is so much of a link for you to he. I know as well as he gives this information to me, God love him, that there is this conversation that constantly goes on between the two of you. I think he's my big push. My first experience was a visitation dream. How wonderful is that? God bless you, and thank you for sharing that with us there, my darling. Okay. Can you understand why he wants to take me into the month of June as well, please, my darling? Because he just calls out June to me here. So I know that that's significant, that would sit with you or indeed he. Now, when I work with months, it takes me to either anniversaries, birthdays or passings that I want to be sharing there for you. So please, again, do let me know if that makes sense with you. But I just want to go back somewhat just to talking about this connection, this conversation that's constantly going on between the two of you, you would understand. And what you're actually experiencing, he tells me, is real, because we actually, that's your birthday in June. Thank you, my darling. What we actually do as mediums is we question sometimes, okay, is this conscious thought that I'm getting, or indeed, is this link with spirit? Because it's so easy for us to share information to somebody that we don't know, that when we make that connection with a loved one ourselves, we do tend to question that somewhat. And I'm going to talk about that to you, Sharon, a little bit later on in the show, because I've got something that I want to share with you here this evening as well, my darling. Okay.
Ooh,
but we'll
I'm
talk
excited.
About that. We'll talk about that a little bit later there. So, Nicole, I know as I'm okay. I know that, Nicole, just before I send him back off up to the angels, I just want to get an understanding of why it is that he's come to connect with you, why it is that he's come to make a message, share a message here with you this evening there, my darling. Okay, so again, it just takes me very much so on this journey with you, okay, with regards to this confidence, not only with this confidence, but also with this belief, you would understand. And it's not for you to be convincing others around you that you have the ability to do what it is that you are doing, okay? You talk to him all the time. You were a daddy's girl, very close. Absolutely. Keep the essence of that very much alive, my darling. Continue to do that. You don't have a point to prove to nobody, okay? He's telling me this very definitively as he gives this information. You have nothing to prove to nobody. Your beliefs are your own beliefs, okay? And I feel what I need to be saying to you as well, my darling, is that don't allow others' opinions to blinker or to place a filter in front of you, because it's taken you a long time to get to where it is right now within the present, you would understand. A lot of fight, a lot of determination, pure grit, very much like what this gentleman would have been when he was here in the physical. Haha. That's exactly what he would say. Absolutely. So there you go. What a lovely connection he's making now. And I can feel that this energy is just building up and it's becoming a little bit more stronger as he's starting to chat away to me here. God love him. I know that you do feel him because he's all over my head at this moment in time. He's touching me all over my head. And that's my trigger with regards to identifying that the person I'm working with, i.e. yourself, understands that sensation, that touch from spirit. You're also giving me a little bit of feedback. Yes, my self-love has been a struggle, but hey girl, you're there. You're there because as he gives this information to me, you're in the present at this moment in time where you're feeling at your most confident. Okay, my darling? So continue to forge, continue to move forward, continue to chip away at your journey, because you know what, he's going to be your strength, he's going to be your rock, he's going to be your continued support. And I'm going to leave his love with you, my darling, and say God bless you and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity of working with you. And I'm going to hand over to our lovely Sharon.
Thanks, Bill. God, Nicole Appleton just had an outstanding reading, loads of compassion, and the clarity that was given through was just lovely to watch. And I think for me as well, Bill, there's so many ladies in spiritualism, and the percentage of the males that have readings or come into training is, in my experience, which isn't years, about 5%. So to actually see you work, hopefully will inspire so many more men to actually come forward, because the gifts are there. We just need to nourish them and learn how to live with them. And thank you for allowing me on here to work with you, because that was amazing. Lovely reading. Yeah, lovely. Okay, let's have a little look through then, see who I'm drawn to. Now, I saw actually when you were doing your reading, Bill, there was a couple of viewers that were mentioning about their sons that had passed. Now, I was getting goosebumps and shivers when I was looking at a few. And I also felt connected to a lady called Terry, who joined us quite early on. So I would like to work with Terry this evening. Terry Wall, that was it. So Terry Wall, hopefully from YouTube, you are still with us. Good, Terry, if you can just pop in the comments just to say you're here. And what I want to start off with, Terry, I get goosebumps and shivers when I start connecting. So if you get goosebumps and shivers, it's just the abundance of love and excitement that is coming through. Now, I'm a little bit like Bill, and I work with months as birthdays or anniversaries. And Terry, I feel that I've got mum's mum present here, grandmother, and she's given me the month of September as a birthday, anniversary or passing, the same as Bill. So I can see Terry's here and we're getting big kisses, which is lovely. Now, obviously I can see your profile picture and I can see your brown head. So Terry, I'm not sure where you're from, whether it's in the UK or outside, but I need to mention from this lady, she is very specific talking to me about brunette, and it's very dark mahogany brunette she is talking to me about. Now, I feel with this lady, she would have had beautiful, stunning hair. September, you have several birthdays. Thank you. This brunette mahogany hair, can you relate to your mum's mum, grandmother, having this lovely, deep hair and very, very good condition? I feel the ladies in your family have very nice and thick, strong hair. Okay, now grandmother's also mentioning for me, Terry Wall, about commitment. Now, whether you've made a commitment in this last, she's saying 8 to 10 months, or you're going to make a big commitment, but I feel this is a decision that's taken a while. Now, I want to say this commitment is really a positive one, but also life-changing in a really good way for you, Terry. And your grandmother's like, this is so overdue, and do be positive when you walk forward. Now, I see this around January, February time. Now, again, this could have been past or could be January and February that are coming. Now, Terry, can you resonate? I'm just coming down to my chest and she's also splitting me to one side. So for me, when I get that feeling, I'm going to the heart here. Now, she's also letting me know that very much she is at peace. And as far as a passing can be, Terry, grandmother's passing was very quick towards the end. She wants you to know it's very, very important that you know that she passed quickly, she's saying at the end. The suffering was not the end bit, okay? Now, she's also given me 2 for 2 years. So this lady, for me, would have been a little bit, don't want to say unwell with her, but I want to say different to what she would have been 2 years before her passing. Now, I can see that you've put, Terry, not brunette on mum's side, you don't think, but dad's side. But I'm just staying with what she's saying. Now, hope you can resonate with this 2 years prior to your grandmother's passing, but the quick passing at the end. And she's not alone, is what she's saying. Now, can you resonate with a golden or yellow dog here with her? Now, thank you, Terry. My nan did pass quickly, something I worried about. Then that's why the message has come for you, Terry, this evening, okay, from your grandmother, because now she can take that worry away from you, okay, and give you a little bit of peace. Because when our loved ones pass over, readings are so healing. It is that release sometimes for us. I can't quite remember, as I was quite young when she passed away. Thank you, Terry. Can you take this golden dog around her? I want to say Labrador, but that's a bit of a cliche dog. But I think this golden dog was slightly smaller, but not small like a Jack Russell. So I'm going in between. It could even be a mixed breed for this one. But it is going round your nan's feet here. So I'm just going to give you this dog. Okay. She's also talking about June just gone, Terry. Now, I don't ever use COVID as an excuse in any readings at all, because I feel life, you know, for our loved ones past perspective and for us, we had to carry on. Now, June just passed. I feel there was a bit of a life change, like a bit of a light bulb moment for you, Terry. Can you take that in that you felt like life had to change for you? You was getting a bit stuck in a rut, is what she's making me feel, and knew that you needed to make change. So she's very, very happy about that. Terry, are you decorating at the minute? Because I can also see like step ladders, paint pots and all sorts. So please, whose house am I in with these step ladders and paint pots? She also gives me the number of 62. Again, when I get a number like that, it is generally for the age that our loved ones have passed. So the 62, it's never for me a door number or phone number. It's always a connection to when our loved ones have passed over. So there's a 6 and 2. Now, for anyone in numerology, that could also be 6 plus 2, which is 8, which is the month of August. So mediumship can lead you down all different directions. Terry says, can't pinpoint the month, but yes, I decided to make a change and my mum is decorating. There you go, Terry. Now, when I read your mum is decorating, I'm going to just go out there because I love dealing with random stuff. I don't think your mum in any way, shape or form is decorating the colour pink, but your grandmother is saying pink. So that kind of leads me on to your grandmother being a real ladies' lady, if that makes sense, okay? The real maternal, real mothering, the cook, the looking after, you know. I do feel your grandmother was such a beautiful lady to be around. Whether she's your grandmother or not, you would want a homemade mince pie from this lady or something cooked, because I do feel in the neighbourhood she would be around helping, giving, and even in like churches and things, you know, setting tables with, yeah, never be pink. No, this lady, your grandmother's pink. But I do feel she was a real important part of the family. And she's thankful and grateful because she is saying that you have followed on as well. This is very much how you are. You are very much like your grandmother, more so than you are like your mother. Now, I know you were very young when she passed away, but for me, she's saying, isn't it funny how you can skip a generation almost and be like somebody else that you didn't actually really know in your family, and can get some traits. So Terry says, yes, she was maternal. And as we read that, I actually do have to give you, what is she giving you? I'm not going to say apple pie because we spoke about apple pies and mince pies. It's something with custard she's giving you, and this is her doing this. I'm actually delivering you something on a plate, but I've got custard. And she also talks about cream. Now, for me, she's saying strawberries. So I don't know if there's a Wimbledon or a tennis connection in your family, or your grandmother loved Wimbledon, because it's almost like this would be quite a special occasion to pull out the strawberries and cream. You're maternal as well. That's lovely, Terry. I just have to say, and she's quite emotional, I don't feel, Terry, many people said to you in your life, well done, you have made me proud, or well done, you do a lot for people, and the word thank you. So your grandmother's message really here for you this evening, Terry, is be proud of what you've achieved, because certain people in certain places in your life, because of you have helped people on their journey, and your grandmother wants to say be proud, she's proud, and well done for everything you've achieved. But what she also gives you is a lovely little bit on the end to say never stop dreaming. Your last meal you had with Dad was strawberries and cream. Thank you. Terry, it's really important that you acknowledge the never stop dreaming and the reaching for the stars, because anything is possible. And your grandmother wants you to know, always reach for those stars and never take second best in your life, and that she is around you, watching over you on a day-to-day basis. There is so much love coming from the spirit world for you, and you're quite spiritual yourself. And I don't generally deal with robins, feathers, things like that. I deal with magpies and pigeons. No, not at all. But I do have to give you white light. So if you wake up in the night and think, gosh, what's that bit of white light? Or when you shut your eyes, you see some white light, that actually is your grandmother sending out to you. So please, please look out for the unusual white light. Terry says the dreaming is significant, as I've had visitations recently. Another guest that's had visitations, Bill. But I also dream of a new career, which I know I will achieve. Fantastic. And your grandmother says that's exactly the right attitude. So, Terry, I'm going to thank your grandmother, and I'm going to send her back with our love as she sends you her love. And Terry on YouTube, thank you ever so much for joining Bill and myself and Richard here this evening. Hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you, Bill.
That was absolutely lovely. And let me let you into a little secret. Our lovely Terry works backstage here on Spiritual Psychics TV. So for what you just said there, I could absolutely connect to, you know, when you said that there's not enough thank yous and the acknowledgements, because she does it tirelessly, and she supports all of us mediums with our shows.
Wow.
As does producer Richard and some of the other guys that work backstage here. But you know what? I don't feel that Terry does get enough acknowledgement. So that was absolutely beautiful that you brought that through for her this evening, Sharon. So thank you. God bless.
I can't believe Terry works for the show. How crazy is that?
Just beautiful, an absolutely beautiful message. Let's do a few acknowledgements whilst we're both on screen here. So as you're the guest, you go first and take your pick of who it is that's popping their comments up, my lovely.
Well, thank you, Bill. It looks as though we're going straight to YouTube with Sue Rue, who says, beautiful message, Terry, and I love the Christmas tree and a beautiful butterfly for us there.
We've got Charmaine Walsh, who also joins us from Facebook. Good evening to you, Charmaine.
And YouTube, this is a long name, Amy Jo Hazelwood -Cole. Amy Jo, I'm going to call you for short. Amy says, hello, everyone.
And then there's my naughty son, who's upstairs at this moment in time in bed, should be asleep because we've got school in the morning. But good evening to you too, Josh. Thank you for joining, Sunshine.
Hi, Josh. Facebook, Sally Law. Welcome, Sally's giving us loads and loads of hearts. Hi, Bill, and hi, Sharon. Kiss, kiss.
Bless her. And we've also got the lovely Jan Butt, who also joins us via Facebook. Don't forget, guys, please do continue to share us out there to all of your own personal pages, as well as any spiritual pages that you may feel are relevant. We very much would appreciate that. It helps us as a channel grow, and it also helps us reach all those that are in need of a message.
Absolutely. Facebook again we're going to, and that's Jenny Bennett, who says hello, and that's a lovely profile picture, Jenny.
Lovely Sarah Manel, who's watching via Facebook, saying beautiful people you both are. God bless you. God bless you too, my darling. What a lovely comment to place up there. So what we're going to do, guys, Sharon and I are just going to reset our minds. We're just going to reset our connections. We're just going to go into a little bit of an ad break, so you know what's coming up on the channel tomorrow and beyond. Oh no, hold on. I'm being told no. Hold on, stop. Yep. Okay. So tomorrow, right, there's a little bit of a change going on. Tomorrow, Sam can't make her usual Rune Stones show, so she will be rejoining again. Is that in a week or 2 weeks' time, Richard, with Sam? So she'll be back again in 2 weeks' time. So hi, Sam, if you're watching, lots of love to you. All right, so Sam won't be back in until after Christmas now, guys, obviously because of the way that scheduling falls and we're right on top of Christmas. But tomorrow we've still got Ashley's show, Being Spiritual, but there's a little bit of a twist going on there. So you might not be seeing your usual host, but I'm not going to give you no more details. You're going to have to tune in tomorrow at 8 o'clock and see who it is that will be hosting Being Spiritual at 8 o'clock tomorrow on Spiritual Psychics TV. How exciting is that, Sharon, huh?
Very. I like these surprises. Lovely.
Oh, well, talking of surprises, have a look at this, everybody.
Join Bill Hughes on Thursday the 16th of December for his Christmas Mediumship special with Brenda Dean, Jason Rothwell, Lorraine Francois, Kerry Standfast, Karen Doherty, Mandy Paul, Sam Pert, Ashley Robinson, and Anthony Jones. A night not to miss, only on SPTV.
Oh, how exciting is that? Hey, everybody. How exciting is that? So as you've seen, we've got some of our previous guest mediums coming back to join me on the 16th of December, again at 8 o'clock, Spiritual Psychics TV, Facebook and YouTube. We've got the lovely Sam Pert, Ashley Robinson, Lorraine Francois, Brenda Dean, Kerry Standfast, Karen Doherty, Mandy Paul, Anthony Jones and Jason Rothwell. But it's going to be a slightly different concept to the show, because rather than there being individual readings that you're used to seeing as well as the conjoined links, I'm going to be working them hard and I'm going to be pairing them up for the night, and we're going straight into joint readings. So I can't wait. Do come and join us on the 16th. Set the date in your diary and it will be fantastic to welcome each and every one of you. But coming back to tonight, and myself and the lovely Sharon, we're going to start to have a go at working on a conjoined link. What do you think, Sharon?
Oh, I don't know, Bill. I just want to get one of those elf hats on and do that elf dance.
Oh, bless you.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do our link together. Oh, and I'll tell you what. Oh, goosebumps and shivers straight away, Bill.
Who are you drawn to, Sharon? Ooh, who shall we work with?
Do you know what? There was a lady earlier that mentioned about her dad passing, because I feel I've got a dad here this evening. Okay. So yeah. Richard producer says, help, that's not good enough. There's too many dads. Right. So let's work with this gentleman. So I want to say I've got a dad here. And as I say, Dad, like I say, gives me goosebumps and shivers. But what I need to say to you all around this dad connection is I didn't have time to say goodbye. And I am so emotional both sides, please. And I see Ella Nichols says, my dad's passed. Now, I'll keep working, Ella, here before I hand over Dad to Bill. I want to give you the month of April as being a birthday, anniversary or passing, but I cannot get away from this feeling of Dad was my rock. Dad was my world, my everything. I want to say between a daughter here, not a son, a daughter to Dad, the connection was an amazing bond. This daughter and father connection, wow, second to none. There was no question of love. As a daughter, I would look up to Dad, and Dad certainly looked down, okay, to you as a daughter. Now, okay, I want to be now. Dad's snuffling. Your dad passed in April, Jacqueline. Now, I want to feel quite snuffly with Dad here. Earlier, I said I don't use COVID, but what I do want to say is Dad potentially passed of COVID or pneumonia. There was something sniffly going on here, okay? It wasn't just a passing of the C word or the heart. This was different. And I also want to say with Dad, a little bit unexpected, okay? So we've also got Bev. Dad was my rock, and my mum's birthday was April, and yes, our connection was amazing. So would any of you lovely ladies that said about, I definitely feel, Jade, this is dad to daughter. The connection is real close and tight, Jade, okay? Not a grandfather at this time, I'm sorry. Now,
I think we've got Jade, Sharon, if I can just come in here. I
yeah.
think we've got Jade who is joining with her mum here this
Right.
evening.
Oh,
so we
okay.
could be making a connection there, but we'll carry on working and see whether or not that is a correct connection there. So if Jade can confirm that would be great.
Lovely. So we've got, it's my mum's dad, Sarah Mennell. Lovely. That makes sense then, Jade. Thank you. So I've got Dad, your granddad. I've got the April connection. I've got this COVID, pneumonia, snuffles here, and I've got a sudden passing, Sarah. So let us know if that sounds very much like your dad. And Bill, I'm going to pass over to you to carry on with this link.
Okay, I am very drawn to Sarah. In fact, as I'm looking at Sarah's profile picture, the first thing that I'm drawn to is Sarah's eyes, but I feel as though her eyes are her dad's. Okay, this is what I'm getting as I'm opening myself up and I'm inviting Spirit to join me here. But I also feel very chesty, and I feel very conscious of my breathing as well as this gentleman starts to step forward and work that little bit harder here with me. So I feel that this would go hand in hand with these flu-like COVID-style symptoms that it is that you're describing and you're bringing forward there yourself, Sharon. So it would just be nice if Sarah could confirm that for us. Deb is also saying he went in with pneumonia, and Sarah's saying, yes, it's my dad. Bev, he went in with pneumonia, but also had cancer. I'm not feeling a cancerous condition. Generally, when Spirit work with me and link with me with cancer, I get a metallic taste that comes straight into my mouth, and I'm not getting that here. So I feel as though, for me, I'm drawn and I feel more of a pull to work with Sarah. I don't know about yourself there, Sharon. Just unmute yourself, my lovely, and let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, perfect.
The eyes, definitely.
Absolutely. And Sarah's just giving us feedback saying, yes, definitely my dad, and struggled. Okay, all right. Sarah, I just want to stay on the link of the information with regards to the eyes, my darling, because you would understand that he plays out, God love him, this scenario within my mind where it was that last moment where that eye contact was absolutely everything. He's choking me right up, God love him. I'm going to have to get him to step back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. It was all about that eye contact and looking deep into the eyes. Okay, but do you know what? I feel so safe. I feel so rested, and I feel so assured as he gives this information to me. So I know that this is how he was feeling when the angels came to receive him, when the angels came to take him over. You would understand there, my darling. I know that I just need also not only to be acknowledging just the one grandchild, and I feel that that's your lovely daughter that joins us here this evening. I do feel as though I'm acknowledging others as well. Okay. For some reason, he wants to talk to me about the name Bill, because he's talking to me about my name and saying Bill. So I know I want to be making a connection to a Bill that would be either directly connected with he or indeed with you there, darling. And I don't generally get names from spirit, so I'm happy to go with that part of the information that he shares there with me. But I feel very soft and I feel very gentle with this gentleman. The essence of him, as he stands beside me in this room, he really makes me feel as though he was a complete and utter pillar of strength, but he was such a soft, kind, gentle, loving soul. And I know that as I give this information also, that he wants to take me back somewhat in my mind to the later stages of January. Now, I feel that January would be significant with regards to the decline with regards to health, you would understand, because that's where he seats me with it. So that's all that I'm getting at this moment in time with him, Sarah. I'm going to hand back over to Sharon just so she can share a bit more information than it is that she has, and I'll see what else it is that he wants to share with me here.
Thanks, Bill. Really, Sarah, honestly, this gentleman was not just your dad. He was your friend. He would not judge anybody. And I feel, Sarah, I hope you can resonate with him. He has got a very infectious laugh. When he laughed, people, and he's given me goosebumps. I don't know if he went to a club or social scene. And I'm not talking about going up the pub with his friends. I'm talking about like a social setting. You'd turn around because it'd be like, what are you laughing at, Les? Because his laugh was just, you know, everybody would want to know what Les was laughing at. So really, really, like Bill said, wow, what a genuine, loving gentleman your dad, grandfather, Les was. Now, what is the connection, Sarah, with a garden shed? I'm just going to give it to you because he says to me, and I always deal with random stuff, talk about the garden shed. Now, I don't know if this was Dad's happy place or a place where he used to get sent when he was naughty or got back late, smelling of alcohol, whether this was his naughty shed, but it was me, he's saying to me. That place was me, you know. He put everything in there. It was set out, not how everyone would want it to be, a little bit untidy maybe, but he says that was my happy place. That's where I would go. So hope, Sarah, you can connect with the shed at the bottom of the garden. Now, he's also telling me about a duck pond. Now, I think like Bill earlier is taking you back to a memory of when you were younger, when he used to take you, and he's also mentioning brothers rather than brother. So it's when he used to take you to the duck pond. Now, when I get a vision like that, followed by the message for me before I hand back to Bill, is very much about, please remember the happy times. Please remember the times we had laughter, the times when I was well, and the times that we spent and enjoyed, and make those memories for yourself in your own life as well. And while I hand over to Bill, again, so emotional. I cannot tell you, Sarah, how much this gentleman is just around you and so strong for you from the spirit world. Bill, back over to you.
Thank you. Okay, Richard, thank you. So I also know that we've had placed up in our comments that we've not seen just yet, Sharon, that there's a lady by the name of Sherry that can relate to the information also here. So this is a wonderful way that spirit works sometimes, because we're not only just reaching one person, we're also reaching others through that voice of message that we're sharing. Sherry says, my dad passed suddenly 16 months ago. My sister's birthday is April. He passed 7 weeks ago. Bless you, Sherry. Loving thoughts and healing coming out to you and your family there, my darling. I just want to say about the miss. I feel as though there's been a misplacement of pajamas. I feel that there's pajamas that have been misplaced.
You're going now. Here we go.
I've got a misplacement of pajamas. I can't find my pajamas. All right. I feel as though we couldn't find pajamas to take to the hospital. Things weren't right. There weren't a matching pair. But I want to be jovial as I'm saying this information as well, because I want to be bringing a smile to their lovely faces. He was a lovely person, and the shed was at his place. He had all his bits. He loved it in there, and I'm struggling because I never got to say goodbye. Okay, my darling, we're going to again wrap you around with lots of blue healing energies and ask those healing angels just to come close and give you the support that it is that you need right now. But whether you're there to say goodbye or not, as Sharon said earlier on during the program, do you know what? Christmas is the most special time of the year for most of us. So you are getting the message that it is that you need right now in order to help you on your healing process, my darling. Okay, so please just do take the information that he shares here with us, the love that it is that he brings forward there for you as well. Can you understand about having a sneaky fag down at the shed as well, please, Sarah? Because I'm just getting the essence and the waft of cigarette smoke just coming into the forefront of my mind, and I'm picking that up under my nose there. But do take his love, do take the essence of that message that he's worked incredibly hard between two mediums, one all the way in Essex and one all the way in London. And I'll just hand over to Sharon just to finish your message off before we send him back off up to the angels there, my darling.
Thank you, Bill. And Sarah, your last little bit that you said to us is that you were struggling because you never got to say goodbye. Now, when your dad come through initially, that is exactly how we said. This gentleman did not say goodbye. But as I read that, again, goosebumps and shivers, is I want to say from your dad, you just have anyway. You have said goodbye to me, okay? And always remember that when we are present, we are the physical, but when we pass over, we are actually much more stronger. Although not physical, we are still here. You have said goodbye to Dad time and time again in your mind, in your third eye here. And Dad has said to you, darling, I haven't gone anywhere, so you don't have to say goodbye. So, Sarah, please just remember, Dad hasn't gone very far. He's just changed form. You can still talk to him, you can still hear him, and you can still feel his presence, because I have to say, he does not leave your side. And from Sarah, Bill, yes, he used to smoke. Sarah, I am going to pass Dad back. And as he walks away, he blows you a kiss and says, please, please tell my daughter how much I love her. So there you go, Sarah Mennell. On Facebook, I have passed on Dad's Christmas message for you.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And hold those eyes, my darling. Hold that gaze. You must be seeing that. You must be seeing that when you're closing your eyes, because it was so evidently clear to me when he was sharing that with me. So however that connects, hold that and keep that close to your heart.
And find your pajamas.
And find the gym jams, absolutely. Find those mismatched pajamas. Whether you're watching in a pair of mismatched pajamas, I don't know, but there you are.
Anything
again,
goes.
I can't tell you what he's whispering in our ears here, guys. But it's, again, you can have you guessed it. It's rude. It's being
anything goes.
I just want to, Sharon, I want to grab 2 minutes of your time. Now, I've never done this with any medium that's been on the show.
Scared.
Never. You made me cry. Thank you both. And she also has 2 brothers, so she's validating the link there with regards to that memory association you brought forward. I've got a gentleman who just stands over in the corner of my room here. Now, he's been with me all night long. I know he's with you because he tells me he stands beside you, he walks beside you, you know who he is, he comes in with an abundance of love. I feel with this chap that I'm a bit of a cheeky chap, all right? Yeah. Not only am I a bit of a cheeky chap, I feel as though I want to have dark hair with him as well, God love him, okay? Yeah. And do you know what? All he keeps saying to me is, tell her that I stand beside her. Tell her I walk with her everywhere she goes. Tell her I am so proud of what it is that she's achieved. I know he went over to Spirit with young bones. I know that. Yeah. I know that because he's touching me all over me head, God love him, all right? And do you know what? He's changing the dialect and the tone of my voice, and he's making me want to talk Essex to you, all right? So I just feel as though I've got this real loving link, connection. Yeah. I don't feel this is a partnership vibration. I feel that this is more a family link connection that I'm making with you here this evening. And it's so important for me to say to you that he just picked up on how incredibly important it is to be sharing a message at Christmas. And you said that earlier on in the show, and I know that that's really evident, and I know that that sits well with you. And I don't want to make you cry on screen because I'm going to start crying, and then before we know it, we've got 2 blubbering mediums and we can't get on with the show.
Can I just say, Bill, that's my brother.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cheeky chap. He passed away. He was 32 when he passed away. He had a brain tumour, and the amount of times in classes, in groups that I do, he's always stood there, and because he's 6'7", he's always there and always just puts himself in to say, hey. Absolutely blown away because today is his birthday. He would have been 53, and he's been passed for near on 25 years, Bill. So what you just did for me was more than you could ever know. Absolutely priceless. Thank you.
Curious.
Crazy. Absolutely. Spirit world.
Curious. I've got Curious aftershave that he just brings under my nose.
Oh my God!
He's just said Curious. And no, because he smells lovely. God love him. He smells so lovely. Do you know what? I want to say that this man he is beautiful looking. He has got such a beautiful face to him, which goes with his character as well. And I know that my throat gets affected with him as well. Yes. So I know that there was something going on with his throat, God love him, before he went over to Spirit as well. But he says to me, you're wearing a red shirt, but tell her to make sure that she pulls out the red dress. I don't know what that's all about, Sharon. And I don't know what that's all about, Sharon. You would know, because he's just shown me a scenario where I'm just pulling things off of hangers at this moment in time, and I know that I'm building up to something special where I want that perfect outfit. You would understand. So he just gives you that red dress, God love him, and tell her about the red dress. So I feel that that's really relevant, that he just wants to share it with you. All right. And also, I just got the taste of a Snickers, although it would have been a marathon.
Yes, it would have been. That was his era marathon. And I have to say, the aftershave, I had forgotten all about it until you pointed it out, because it was quite a tall bottle and it was white, and it used to have blue lines and the Curious written across the middle. And yes, I have never had a piece of validation as priceless as that. That little bit, that Curious bottle, absolutely. That is no doubt. That is my brother. Absolutely.
Bless him. And I know you've been touching on the fact about shivers and coldness, but he does give me shivers and coldness as he's actually just linking his energies with me. I feel that there's such a strong presence with him, and I know that I just want to be placing that in your room, and I know that that's that presence that you feel. So take his love, my darling, and I'm going to say I'm sorry to have sprung that on you, but I just have to go with where it is that Spirit take me. And he's been stood here all night.
Oh, bless him.
So patient. So I'm gonna send him back your way to give you all the love and the support that it is.
And I'm going to say, happy birthday, Mark. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sunshine. Absolutely. Happy birthday to you. God love you. Okay. Right, shall we do another lead? Shall we do?
Oh, now you're putting me on it. Come on then. You start off this time, Bill.
All right, okay. Who's it that we're going to? Could you scroll those names, please, Producer Richard? Oh, bless him.
Oh, yeah. That was a surprise. Thank you.
Okay. So we're scrolling through the names. Okay. We've got lovely Amy Baker. We've got Sarah Matthews. We've got Sharon Furness. We've got Eli Nichols. We've got Jeannie Rose. We've got Max and Harding. Violetta Shramka. Jennifer Glover. Sylvia Bentley. Can we go to Sylvia Bentley? I feel a bit of a draw and a connection to Sylvia Bentley, please. Hello, our lovely Sylvia. Can see that lovely football top profile picture.
No way.
No, I'm not a football fan, so I'm not getting drawn into the mix of teams. But Sylvia, as I connect with you, I get the real essence and understanding of a lady that's just stepping forward as I'm opening myself up to Spirit and inviting them to come close. With this lady, I do feel very maternal, so I'm going straight in on the mother link vibration here for you, my darling. Okay, I know with this lady, as she stands beside me here, that I feel with her that I would have been somewhat a little bit more fuller in my figure. There, I had enough meat on my bones. I know I use that terminology quite a lot, but I think that's a polite way to say things. You would understand. With this lady as well, I do feel that there's a great essence with her. With okay, my darling, she's just talking to me about a sense of belong, and I feel I just want to be bringing this into the present, and I want to be wrapping this around you at this moment in time. So just hold that information for the minute, because I just want to get more about her as she starts to work that little bit harder here with me. God love her. Okay, she does make my vision feel quite blurry as well as she's starting to step closer. In fact, she's making my eyes feel really smeary. Okay, so I've got to acknowledge that there would have been something going on around this lady's eyesight before she had made her journey back home to Spirit there as well. I'm hot, so that's my trigger with Spirit to identify that there would have been infection present that took me over as well. You can relate to there, my darling. But as she steps forward and as she starts to work with me, God love her, she does make me feel as though I want to have slightly longer hair. And I know that I've got none on my head, so it's nice for me to feel an essence of hair. You would understand.
Get the curlers, Bill.
Get the rollers out and put them in the air, Sharon. So Sylvia, just give us feedback. Let me know that you understand what I'm talking to you about, that you can understand who this lady is. I do feel very, very maternal. I do feel as I work with mum, but if it's not mum, then it's going to be mum's mum that I'm going to stay on the vein and the message for here with you this evening, my darling. Again, with this lady, as she starts to conjoin her energies with me, I feel as though she would have been a great bundle of fun, because she just places an oodle amount of energy upon me, and she just makes me want to be very fun loving, and she makes me want to be quite bouncy and quite chirpy at this moment in time. So again, I'm likening it to her character, you would understand there, my lovely. Okay, and I feel as though with this lady that I'm being touched on the arm, so I don't know if you can understand that and that being placed around you, but that's what I've got so far. Sharon, can I hand over to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Well. Okay. So. Okay, I'm just having to read directly from Facebook, guys, because again, we've got this problem where the comments aren't filtering through to us here in the studio. So, Sylvia, you're saying mum's mum, not mum, but mum's mum, or you didn't know mum's mum, but mum was, there we go. Mum was a quiet lady. Okay. So then let's place that information that she shared and put that around you at this moment in time, because I feel that we just want to have a little bit of oomph going on around you. Over to you, Sharon.
Thank you, Bill. Now, this is the worst thing for me because I think I see West Ham kit on the screen. Like, Sylvia, I will work with you, even though I'm a Spurs fan and my family are all Spurs. Now, Sylvia, although I can see the West Ham, and obviously that takes me to for some reason here, following on from Bill's connection, I want to talk about Chelsea as if I might have come from the East End, or I might have been from that area, but I still had my, like morals. I still would dress correctly. She wants to make me feel that from her era back around that placement in London, the family were quite, respected. We talk about middle upper class, and I want to say, mum she might not have had lots of money and material things, but mum wasn't materialistic. She was very much what she had, she was proud of, and she would very much hold her head high. It doesn't matter what Miss Bouquet at number 65 had. Come on, you Spurs, she said. So Sylvia, what I feel with mum is very much around hold your head up high. It doesn't matter what next door got. It doesn't matter what Barbara over the road's got. Be happy and be proud of what you've got, okay? Because behind locked doors, you never know what anyone is feeling, okay? And that's what mum is saying to you. Now, Christmas, I feel, was very important for mum, and I want to say it's like lay a place for me. I do feel you've very much got a picture of mum. Don't need to be a medium to say that. However, I do feel this is quite a specific placement for mum at Christmas, all to the point of actually moving a picture of mum and making it more predominant in as much as being a part of what we do at Christmas. And she wants to say thank you for that. She didn't care about material stuff. Absolutely not. And nor do you. And she's like, be proud of that, Sylvia, as well. Let me get something. There we go. I'm asking her for something a little bit random. And here she comes. I need to say to you, remember the goldfish in the goldfish bowl that we won at the fair, something like that. But I've got a single goldfish in this round bowl that she wants to give to you. And I'm even going as far as saying, I don't know if mum was cleaning or someone was cleaning, and I've accidentally knocked this fish tank off the side, and even the fish is flapping on the carpet. I'm going to leave you with that, Sylvia. Hope you can resonate, and hand back over to Bill.
How lovely.
No Nemo here.
No Nemos, just the good old goldfish.
She don't.
No, there you go. I just feel as though I need to connect a David sounding name to either mum or to Sylvia here, because I hear David being called out to me by this lady. And indeed, what I also want to say is that she does give me that very old-fashioned memory association where it takes me back to my childhood days, where I just want to be going down to the butchers where everything's being wrapped up in the paper. We used to get goldfish off the Rag and Bone Man. There you go. Absolutely fantastic evidence. I want everything wrapped up. And do you know what? I feel with this lady that as times evolved, I think this is the way she's working with me, God love her. As times evolved, she didn't really agree with all of this like plastic packaging. You know, she was very much within that mindset of wanting to go and pick her own fruit and her own vegetables, having a look at the meat that it is and how it was being prepared and how it was being made. That was really important to this lady. Can't place David at this moment in time. Okay, we'll put him on the shelf for the minute and come back to him and see if she'll give me a little bit more information on that there, my lovely. Okay, but you can understand about this real element of her about and make sure that everything is just so with regards to how she liked it. I also feel as though I do want to go to markets as well with this lady. I feel that they would be very significant pieces of information that would be placed around you and your family there. And indeed as well, I feel with this lady, again, that she takes me towards her final days before she made her crossing over into spirit. And she just gives me a great understanding about this calmness that settled in with her. I feel as though I was a little bit unsettled prior to that. You didn't know much about your mum's family. Okay, my darling, we'll ask her to place more relevant information with us just so that you can understand where we're going with things. But there's this calmness that she just wants to place with regards to her last days here on the earth plane before she would have made her final transition. And I just feel as though I need to say to you that my mind is now fully settled because I feel unrested as she places that in with me, my lovely. So I'm going to say, yeah, Christmas Eve and some weekends at the market. It's perfect, wonderful. So I'm going to leave her love with you because I feel that she's done what she wants to on my side. And I'll hand over to Sharon just to finish your message off before we send her back off up to the angels. Sylvia, God bless you.
How lovely, Bill. And there you go. Look, weekend at the market. So great validation again. And Sylvia, I'm glad you could take the goldfish because I always say to my students, no matter what you get or see, throw it out there because it just, it just is the cherry on the cake. But Sylvia, what I want to say to you very much is around being happy. Mum's really important about being happy, everyone laughing and enjoying themselves, especially this month. Now, whilst Bill was giving you that lovely reading, I also wanted to say happy birthday, but she mentioned the month of August. So again, please do let me know whose birthday it is or whose birthday is coming up, because the balloons. Bless her. Sylvia, I don't know if she's talking about poppies, she's talking about Remembrance Day, she's taking me to the cemetery. I don't know, Sylvia, if it's been on your mind that you haven't been to the cemetery, you need to go, or you haven't been as much, but please know, Mum does not ever think Sylvia hasn't been to me at the cemetery, Sylvia hasn't been to the cemetery. Please don't think in your mind that that is an important thing for Mum that you feel guilty about by not going to the cemetery enough, because it truly is not. Okay. I'm also getting this sore throat, a bit like Bill earlier, as I'm talking to Mum with you, Sylvia. So, but I don't feel necessarily this sore throat for me is with Mum. I feel this is with you at the minute. Remember the old, it's like the honey in the tea, the honey in the hot water. Always go back to what Mum used to do for you as a girl, because that for her is the best medicine. Your birthday was in August and your son and daughter is January. Thank you, Sylvia. I hope you get a lot of love from Bill and myself reading this evening and just giving you that validation that Mum is still around you and the family, and she's like, and I'm not missing out on Christmas turkey. Live out in Essex, yes, and the cemetery is London, so don't get to go. Sylvia, that's obviously what's been on your mind. Mum's picking up on it for you, so there you go. Again, a little bit of healing given to you from the lovely spirit world, your mother, here this evening. And with that, I'm going to send her back, collected with our love, sending you love. And she says, happiness around Christmas. She knows you will. So thank you for working with us, Sylvia. And thank you, Bill.
Oh, bless you. And bless you, Sylvia, doing the Lambeth walk.
No!
Oh. Yeah, that's what she just said.
And the Saints go marching on.
So, Sharon, it has been an absolutely fantastic evening. Thank you so much for joining me here on Collective Consciousness. It's been an absolute blast and a pleasure to work with you. So, God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, my lovely. Once again, just let everybody know where they can find you on Facebook.
So on Facebook, Essex Psychic and TV Medium, the Essex Spiritual Centre, and the Essex Spiritual Centre for my website as well, Bill. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with you and everyone, and Richard as well.
Absolutely. We can't forget you, producer Richard. And I always do. I always acknowledge Richard at the end of every show, because if it wasn't for Richard, then this just wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't be doing what we're doing this evening. So, producer Richard, God bless you, and thank you very much for making it happen. To all of you lovely viewers that join in religiously every fortnight, thank you so much for supporting not only SPTV but also Collective Consciousness. And shall we just say a few goodbyes there, Sharon, before we close down this evening?
Lovely. You too, Christian Norberto. Thank you, Bill, Sharon and Richard. Lots of kisses.
Izzy, Ryan, thank you all. Brilliant reading, sending loads of love to all. God bless you, Izzy. Thank you, my darling.
And Facebook, Heather Lewis, thank you. And lovely, lovely gesture.
And Rhonda Robertson, fantastic night. Thank you, Sharon and Bill, and thanks, Richard. God bless. Thank you so much.
And YouTube, Kimbo, it was great listening to you too, especially the Essex mob. Yes, get in there.
And last one. Who's our last one we're going to say goodbye to here, Richard? Steph Ayres, night everyone. Thanks, Bill, Sharon, Richard and Terry. Steph, thank you so much for joining, darling. Guys, don't forget, set the date in your diary, 16th of December, last show of the year for Collective Consciousness 2021. Medley of mediums. We're going to have a fantastic night, as I have this evening. Sharon, once again, my darling, thank you, and God bless you for joining Collective Consciousness.
Thank you.
And to each and every one of you, take care, and may the love and light of spirit be with each and every single one of you. God bless.
Join Bill Hughes on Thursday the 16th of December for his Christmas Mediumship special with Brenda Dean, Jason Rothwell, Lorraine Francois, Kerry Standfast, Karen Doherty, Mandy Paul, Sam Pert, Ashley Robinson, and Anthony Jones. A night not to miss, only on SPTV.
Spiritual Psychics TV. Online. Spiritual Psychics TV isn't just an online broadcasting service, we also offer many features via our website. SPTV offers a unique directory that uses geolocation to find your nearest reader or venue, just by using your postcode. The Academy section allows anyone to upload and create their own spiritual courses within minutes. For those who like to read, then our online magazine area will offer just that. The SPTV shop enables anyone to start their online shop, be it to sell used or new items. You can also find our schedule and information about our shows.
Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together.